Hello, it is Monday, the 24th of June. Summer has started and the year is halfway gone. So, it's Monday and I'm going to try to just talk a little bit. I just woke up. This is my second cup of coffee. Lots going on in the world. First off, thank you so much, folks. Thank you so much. I do appreciate hearing what you have to say. I appreciate you folks who share a little bit of your story. And it is reassuring to know that I and we our hearts are in the right place, okay? You know, I will accept no excuse for saying that materialism and putting wealth before humanity, that there's anything okay about that. And that's the game going on this planet. That's not okay. It's not okay. We could do both. We could be humane and enjoy the party, but we just have a bunch of greedy guts. And so we are not them, and those people are ruining the party for everyone else. So since I spoke to you, Anthony Ferraro sent me another piece of music. Anthony, thank you for keeping me up on Allen Holdsworth. Because of the way that I live, I really cannot afford to go out and buy records when they come out. So thank you for getting this for me. Allen Holdsworth, Warsaw Summer Jazz Days 1998. It's a live recording, just released with the Holdsworth Estates involvement. This is a live album and DVD of the performance. Allen truly is one of my favorite guitar players. At close to maybe the top, he, McLaughlin. And then after that, it's a mixture of people, including Eric Johnson. I quite like Eric Johnson's playing. Okay. I just think that there's a lot that Allen Holdsworth was saying in his guitar playing that won't be understood, probably ever, by a lot of people. He went deep and spoke deeply with his instrument. Extremely soulful and I think visionary. Thank you for sharing this with me. I've only listened to a little bit of it. Thank you so much. Well, I don't know how long I'm going to go, but I don't think it'll be very long. I want to acknowledge a couple things. One is that I see that my subscriber number is about to pop over to 19,000. At this point, it's like it really doesn't, it's cool to see it, but it doesn't mean anything, really. Well, it's a cool number, but what I notice is in general, I have a core group of people of about 1,200 people who watch every video. So the fact that the subscriber number keeps ticking up, all I can think is that, well, apparently somebody watches a video, somebody discovers a video, watches it, likes something, subscribes, and then never comes back. I do have some videos where I have 10, 20, 30,000 views. Those are usually videos regarded as someone's death, So I don't know what that subscriber button number actually means, Probably nothing, but thanks, okay? Musically, I had been meaning to pull this for a while and finally got around to it last night. It kept coming up in various ways, so I finally pulled it to play because this is an album that has been underappreciated by me and most folks, and that is the album by Pete Sinfield, Still. The guy who wrote the lyrics for the first King Crimson albums. He was well involved in the beginnings of King Crimson. This is a solo album that he managed to get put out on Emerson, Lake and Palmer's label, Manticore. It includes a lot of those great prog musicians, and the music is great. But from the beginning, I was put off by Pete Sinfield's voice. And I don't, like I keep saying, the words are secondary. You know, he's pretty good with words, but it's the music that takes me away. But this time I was able to get through it and actually enjoy some of the vocals. You know, his vocal chops are very weak, but he gets into it. And on some of the songs, his enthusiasm makes up for his lack of ability to sing. I knew that I needed to keep this album, but I must say, I bought it when it first came out, was highly disappointing, and then eventually got rid of it. Had to get another copy, and this is a cutout. But I had an original when it came out. Played a bunch of records this weekend and put them away. One that didn't get put away that was real interesting, really enjoyed it, but the sound is such that this is not a record that I would play often. It's like, that was really cool, and by the time it was done, I had enough. Panda Bear's Tomboy album. I like Animal Collective, and I like this sound. It's very drenched in Brian Wilson, and the things that they do with vocal harmonies, I love it. I do. White vinyl. But it's a whole world, and they do a lot of looping on this album, and it has a locked groove at the end of side 2. Excuse me, but they do so much repetition. Before we got to the end of the album, there was twice that I had to look and say, is this... It doesn't... I don't hear a skip, but it's looping in such a way that it sounds like it's skipping, but it makes you listen to say, is it skipping? And then you discover that it's not. So I guess in a way that's cool, that it makes you listen closer. This is pretty cool. Panda Bear. Listen to this new one again. I like this. Okay, I had someone comment saying that they didn't think much of this. That's fine if that's what you think. It has no bearing on my listening experience. This is really good. That's one thing I will say. It's like, the mind is plastic, and we are social, and we are impressionable. And it is true that you'll be thinking one thing, and then someone will say something, and it will have an effect on you. But I'm aware of that, and I think about that, so I don't automatically just accept that when other people give me input, that, oh, this is the new way to think. No. I take it in, and I can continue to decide for myself. I don't care about someone else's opinion about what I'm listening to. So Arthur had sent me this Centipede September Energy on CD. I have the vinyl, and it was in the other room. I was playing it, and this is. It's quite a work. You know, it's the Canterbury School of Musicians. It's a who's who. Jazz, primarily, with other elements. It's not a real easy listen, but it's just something that you ought to have. The other thing I'll blather on about before I go is, this coming weekend, Sunday, is the induction ceremony for the Nebraska Music Hall of Fame. And I am an inductee. I'm excited. I am. It's been growing. Yesterday, on a local radio show on AM and FM, Boomer Radio, they did a 2-hour special on the upcoming Hall of Fame ceremony, and featured music by all of the inductees. It's very rare that I hear my music on the radio. And I've heard my music on the radio more outside of Omaha than in Omaha. You know, when I was touring, popped up on the radio in Europe one time. Sun Ambulance, wonderful. But the other thing that I must say is that, you know, I noticed how my music stuck out like a sore thumb compared to everyone else's. Because I am The first, okay, so just let me try to put this out because this means a lot to me. It does. So the Nebraska Music Hall of Fame, which is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame of Nebraska, but Cleveland won't let you call it that, has been going for 26 years now. Among the first inductees was Wynonie Harris, look him up, one of the architects of Boogie Woogie. Preston Love, you know that name. Buddy Miles, Randy Meisner of the Eagles. And that's just some of the folks, okay? But it's a serious recognition by my peers in the state. Now, why this means so much to me personally is because I have always been an alternative type of guy. I've never embraced the mainstream. I have actually consciously embraced being an outsider. Proud of the fact that I'm the state's first Afro-punk. That's a term, Afro-punk. I'll take it. That's a label I'll take. I am the first punk rocker in Nebraska. There's probably other black people playing rock and roll before me, but I can proudly say that I'm the first punk rocker. Okay? I'm also proud of the fact that I've been doing music because I can't help it. It means so much to me, and that I've just pursued it in a way where the focus has been about the experience rather than trying to gain commercial acceptance. And that's real different from almost everybody in the Hall of Fame. I'm real proud that what I've done, while I have not embraced the mainstream, I've done so much that it was noticed. Come to find out that apparently for several years now, my name has been coming up to be nominated, and to finally get it, that surprised me a little bit, but it also humbled me, you know. Yes, music is important that it's real to me. And it's one of the things that I credit to my parents, that they taught me the difference between entertainment and artistry. There's a place for both, and I can entertain you. And when I play, I am entertaining to watch. But what I'm doing is very selfish, which is I'm playing music to sound good and to feel it, not to entertain you. I am aware of the connection and want to connect with you. So yes, I want to pull you in, but my reason is not to be your entertainment. My reason is to connect with you. I'm real proud of that, and that's important to me. You know, that to me has more value to me than just being your entertainment. So it's on my mind. It's coming up next Sunday. My sisters and my brother-in-law Floyd Norman are coming in town for this ceremony. I'm really looking forward to seeing them. I'm rehearsing for my spot, as well as I'll be backing up another musician, Camille Matoyer-Moten, who is actually right now in Germany. She just went over with her pianist to participate in some kind of event over there for the last 2 or 3 days. I see her online singing and playing all over Braunschweig, and now she's in Berlin. But I'll be backing her at the ceremony, as well as presenting some of my own music. Just real happy about this. This is a feather in my cap. This is something. This feels like an accomplishment. I also spent a little time this weekend trying to point attention again to this new release on Numero Group that I have a song on called Planisphere. You can hear this online very easily. Go to the Numero Group page, and there's samples. Go to my Bandcamp page. You can hear the original song on there. But this is a real neat item, and I would like to encourage you all to buy it. Buy it. Buy it, buy it, buy it. As I check in on
that there's a breakthrough deal that the Palestinians are on board with.
As I listen to the babble, the political babble, it's just again very apparent to me that nothing is happening. Absolutely no solutions of actual problems are forthcoming at any time. None. No solutions. None. So, the way that I balance that out is to refocus on my personal happiness and triumphs. And right now that's being ready to go into the Hall of Fame of Music here in Nebraska, having my family come in town to celebrate. Also, it will be celebrating birthdays as well. My younger brother just had his birthday. My older sister's birthday is Thursday. My younger sister's birthday is July 2nd. Then mine is July 7th. So this is all kind of celebrated all in a cluster along with the Hall of Fame. I'm stoked, folks. I am. I'm really happy about it. And thank you for being civil to me. This last video, there was only a couple of comments where it's like, I don't know why the person would decide now to say such a thing to me. You know, it's like if they had any sensitivity, in my opinion, they would not have made the comments they made. But it takes all kinds of people, doesn't it? And we're not all on the same page, and we don't all see things the same way. And so I just, so be it. So be it.